Anyway, there's a certain story about me singing Slim Shady.
You go to.
I'm probably like doing the hand actions. Someone said today, Toby the director, he's staring at me already, said, welcome to Home Truths, our new video and audio podcast brought to you by @Simple Life Homes. I'm Nav.
And I'm Alex, and please remember to subscribe, leave us a gorgeous little review and follow us at Simple Life Homes.
Alex, we're back. New sofa.
I know, I'm loving the corner sofa.
Well, you fought to get the corner, didn't you?
Sorry, consistency wins, and I'm always this side.
For those of you who can't see, Alex always likes the left and I always have to take the right.
But I mean, you've made yourself right at home.
I'm good with that because Nav's always right. We can work with that.
Oh, okay. I'm always left, yours right, Nanny Nav.
Nanny Nav, unbelievable.
We've got to get it in every episode now.
So, Alex, how's life at the moment? Talk to me.
Oh, Nav, it's going good, but wedding planning is just a different kettle of fish. I just haven't had that wow factor when I've went into all these venues, and I feel like I'm settling, and I don't want to settle for how much these weddings cost. So this weekend I've got more wedding venues, but yeah, that's been my life consumed by that.
I think you're looking for the perfect venue, aren't you?
Venue. Yes, I am looking for the perfect venue. They're just so expensive, and I don't want to be like, oh, I have to add this or I have to take that away. But what's making it harder is Casey conveniently has all football games to go and watch whilst I'm viewing them, so I'm doing it alone.
Probably best, don't get a second opinion.
Yeah, to be fair, I'll get what I want.
We don't want a second opinion.
Exposure, win-win. How about you?
At the moment, life is hectic. So today we are doing this.
Yeah.
And then my mum is coming up for the weekend.
Love that.
Which is great, but my house has to be mum ready.
What's mum ready?
Well, my mum will like pick up on anything that's out of place. So I'm going to have to rush home, make sure the house is like all put back together again. I mean, I lie, I won't do anything. I'll just be like the director.
Yeah. Director.
Director of coordinator. And then I'm going to go out for a Sunday lunch this week. So there'll be no need for me to cook a Sunday lunch.
You can't beat a good pub Sunday lunch.
You really can't.
They warm the heart, don't they?
They do, except they all need to do my spicy potatoes. I need to see that
side
of the pub.
Here. Nav spicy potatoes on your roast dinners.
The place to be. Okay, are you ready? Shall we go into this week's Home Truths? True or false?
Oh, what
are we talking about today? That'd be good. Let's talk about what we're talking about today. So today...
She's so excited for the games, guys. That's all she wants to play.
I love the games.
Tell me what we're talking about.
Alex is keeping me in check here. Escapism. We're going to talk about the way that we escape. Do we escape going abroad? Can we escape in our homes? What are the best and easiest ways to escape? Let's talk about escapism.
That sounds really interesting.
Can we now talk about my home truths, true or false?
Let's escape to the game.
Let's get to the games. Okay, so this week's true or falses. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the first one. More Brits fantasise about owning a cottage in the countryside than a penthouse in the city. True or false?
True. I feel like people search for tranquility, and if I was basing it on me or like people I know, when you go to the city, you like it for a day or two, but you don't want to live there. So I would say cottage in the countryside.
I think it's the film The Holiday that's to blame for this.
Yeah, everyone wants that little
cottage.
I bet the Cotswolds, like ratings or like people going there boomed after that film.
100%.
And every Christmas.
I want to go with you. I want a cottage. Because I want a log burner.
Yeah.
I want green.
Yeah. It's too busy in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Urban jungle.
Yeah.
Where dreams are made of. That's a song. Anyway.
Nanny Nav is down with the kids and knows all the songs.
Let us know in the comments if you know what that song is. Okay, second one. People spend more time browsing property sites like Rightmove than they do planning their actual holidays.
I think, yeah, like I'm always on Rightmove. I mean, I am looking to buy, so I always like a little nosy. But my mum's always on there. She'll just send me links to houses and I'm like, are you buying this? And she's like, no, but isn't it lovely? My nan used to do that, would like book to go and do viewings, just to go and have a little nose around gorgeous houses. So I feel like, you're probably only going to go on holiday, like, people maybe go once, twice a year. Like, so you've already probably planned your holiday. Like, it's not something you can have a little, like, we'll have a look, have a little nosy on some of the, like, hotels. But I feel like houses, like, you dream of, like, I want that bigger house. Like, imagine if I won the lottery. So I think houses people browse a lot more.
As an ex-estate agent, I can tell you that I still love Rightmove all the time. Like, I go to like the most expensive house in the area.
Not my budget, but yeah.
Oh, 100% not my budget. But then I dream about what if I could make it my budget.
No, I think definitely.
And then you got to find, I always find myself on Rightmove looking at the best house and the worst house.
Yeah.
Like, what's the cheapest house in the area?
Or the interiors.
Yeah. Like, look at the interiors. And there's some things that are wild on Rightmove.
Yeah, no,
I love
definitely.
it. Spend my whole life on there.
Let's lock in houses.
We're going to lock in houses. The most common, number 3, the most common dream home feature in the UK is a walk-in wardrobe. True or false?
I mean, for me, probably. Well, I say for me, probably, and I'm a fashion girl, but I would go like a home cinema.
I was going to say, it does nothing for me.
Yeah, because like you'll always like have your wardrobes, but like I feel like having something that doesn't belong in a house feels like a luxury. Like, so having like a cinema or a gym, something like that, I think more people, or like bars, people love like a bar.
I was going to say, the gym was doing nothing for me.
Yeah, no, when I said bar, you're like...
When you said bar, I was like, that's a little bit of me.
So I think, no, I think traditionally maybe, but now people have so many wacky things in the home. I'm going to go false.
I'm going to go false. Yeah. Because I'm not...
And that's coming from a fashion girl.
Yeah, and it's I'd rather the bar or a gaming room.
Yeah, something like, cool, fun.
Something cool, yeah.
A flex, like everyone's probably got walk-in wardrobes, or the spare rooms now, the walk-in wardrobe.
Unless you've got like 6-bedroom house, I don't need my walk-in wardrobe, thank you very much.
So I'll say false for that one.
We're going to go false.
Yeah.
Let's lock it in. So stick around and you will find out at the end of today's
episode. I need to know now.
And what's worse is actually we don't know the answers.
Yeah.
Because they don't tell us the answers beforehand. So we actually don't know.
We
until
often fail the test.
Fail all the time. So stick around for the end of the show and we will tell you all, and we'll find out ourselves, was it true or was it false?
Can't wait.
Okay, so let's get into today's episode where we're going to talk about escapism. Can we escape in our own home? And if we could escape anywhere in the world, where would we escape to and why? So let's start off with then, where's your ideal destination? Where do you want to escape to, Alex?
Like to live forever or just like go right now?
Let's go right now. Let's get our bags. We're going to jump on a flight. Where are we going?
My go-to is New York. Like, I know I've just said I don't want the busy penthouse suite, but like New York City. But like, if I could go anywhere right now, I just love being there. It's the one place in the world where I just feel like I'm in a movie. You know, like when you go on holiday, or like when I got the train yesterday and you like look out the window and you think like you're the girl in a movie, like, but that's only for like 2 minutes. Like when you're in New York, because all the movies are filmed there and I am a film fanatic, I just like, oh my God, this was filmed there. Like, oh my God, what if we see Tom Cruise? Like, you know, it's just the most, I don't know. I'm
not a city girl, but I would say that New York is my favourite city that I've ever been to. Yeah, I love New York.
It's so good, isn't it?
Love it, absolutely.
And every season's different. Like I went in summer last time and it was sweltering, but like it let you see it, you fall in love with it a different way. And every time I go, I just literally fall in love with it again and again.
So my favourite, if I could go anywhere, and it would go back to where I went to before, would be Zanzibar.
Oh, that looks incredible.
Zanzibar. Yeah. So the first time I went, it's
quite popular now, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't at the time.
Yeah.
And what I love about it the most is that you've got you get to see like sit by the sea, warm ocean, all the rest of it, and then you get to watch like everyday life, like how are people living, because it wasn't touristy when I went, and that for me is like absolute perfection. It keeps it real at the same time.
I love seeing like the culture within places, you know, where like you see like how they live. I think often, especially now with social media, you just see like the glitz and the glamour, the nicest hot spots, but when you just see like the locals doing their thing, you're just like, this is so cute. Like
it keeps it real.
It feels really homely, doesn't it, when you like acknowledge things like that are going on.
Okay, so as we have both got champagne lifestyle budget, let's say we can't clear off to New York and Zanzibar for like a quick getaway.
I wish.
How would we escape at home? What's your favourite thing? Like you've had a really tough day, you've come in from work and you just need to escape. Where are you going and what are you doing?
It's hard for me living at home because I just have the bedroom and we have zones in the house. So like my dad's is like the back living room. That's his escape zone. Mine's probably either room if I need isolation or the corner couch in the open plan kitchen, dining room, living room, everything in one in that room. So for me, I create escapism basically by doing things I wouldn't normally do in that area. So like getting my iPad, putting it on like the sofa downstairs, and instead of watching the big TV, I'm just like watching my program on my iPad or reading my Kindle. Like that's how I like to escape, like just doing something different in that area. It kind of feels illegal, but you're like, this is my thing that I do here, and it just feels like exclusive to me. So yeah, that's my escapism.
I think that's a real thing you just said there about when you're living at home with your parents, because when I lived at home with my parents, and I didn't leave home until I was 27, you literally have your bedroom, your whole world, your whole space is your bedroom. And now living away from my family, it's like, okay, I've now got a whole house. And
That must feel unreal.
It's
craving
great,
that.
but you still live under somebody else's rules,
Yeah.
right? Let's be honest. Well, you're not living on your own. You are still having to live. And I'm not the organizer. I'm not the head of the house at all. So I still have to live within that rules. But what I love to do is, we've got 2 rooms with 2 lounges with 2 TVs.
think that's good, yeah.
You need it because
Separate.
you don't have to argue about what you're watching. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely to watch a box set together sometimes, but sometimes it's just so nice.
Like, go away. Like, let me watch my stuff.
Well, let me watch my own thing. But my other thing is I have noise cancelling headphones.
Oh my God.
And I literally put them on. It's the biggest argument in my house because no one can talk to me. I can't hear anybody. But I come home from work and like my social battery is dead. I'm done with people for the day. So I put my noise cancelling headphones on. I blast my music at like the highest level. And I get into the kitchen, pour myself a glass of wine, and I just sit in my own brain.
Yeah.
Start cooking.
Yeah, you love the kitchen.
Love the kitchen is like my safe space. If I'm not watching TV, I'm in that kitchen.
I feel like that when I have my own place, and I'm looking hopefully next year to like start that journey, I feel like the kitchen will be that place for me. Because say if like I think no one's in the house and I'm cooking something or doing something simple like making a cup of tea, but I get so annoyed when then someone enters the kitchen. I'm like, why are you in the kitchen? And like I don't say that out loud, and it's just like my dad pottering round, but I can feel like the steam rising. I'm like, this is my safe place. I'm making a cup of tea. Why are you in here? But then he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yes, Dad. Like, how was your day? And I'm like, get out of the kitchen. But it's weird you say that because I must associate that because like, I enjoy cooking, or it's like kitchens are quite calm. And I think sometimes because I know ours is like quite like neutral, it's quite open and airy, I must feel calm in there. And when someone invades that, I'm like, get out.
It's like me with the headphones. If someone's talking to me, I have to pause my song and take off my headphones. I'm like, I was mid-flow, and here's a little secret confession here.
Oh, we love these from you.
When I've got the kitchen on my own and I've got my headphones on, guys, I am singing and dancing.
Do you do that at home?
Fully.
Like solo concerts?
So like literally,
it's not just me.
It is Nav's concert.
Oh my God,
and
I do that.
My siblings used to I used to get so angry because when I lived at home, I'd be doing it in my bedroom, headphones on. It was like Nav's concert, right? Having the time of my life. And they used to jump in through my bedroom door and like scare me, and then they like would be laughing.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a certain story about me singing Slim Shady.
You go too.
I'm fully like doing the hand actions, and even now they go on and on about it. But yeah, I'm a secret at home, headphones on, singer, dancer. Think I'm like a rock star.
Yeah, you think you're like a professional I do like actressing, not an actressing, but like, you know, like when you've just watched a series and then there was like the end credit songs. I will literally have done it the other day, put the end credit songs on and then become that person. So I'll be like going down the stairs, like imagining I'm them, or in the shower. I think that's a good escapism. Like say for example, if you do live with other people, like when you're in the shower, you can pick your own music. You're either practicing arguments you're going to have with people and how you're going to say it, or you're pretending that you're in a series, or that there is a full-blown 5-minute concert with me, myself, Alex. And it's the best form of escapism because nothing feels real. So I think if people are limited on like where we can go, or obviously finances, not most of us can't just jet off on a holiday every single week, like looking for little things that you actually really enjoy. And some people think they're weird, but I think they're wonderful.
But I think everyone does it. Like even then, with that confession there, both of us have our own little concerts, and I think we should have a rule. Actually, I might implement this at home, that I should put a piece of paper up on the door which says Nav's concert in progress.
Motion, yeah, recording in progress.
Please do not disturb.
Have you ever, please tell me you've done this at least once. It's probably happened when you were younger. Did you ever go in the bathroom and record yourself singing to see if you were good at singing? Because
the acoustics are just right.
I done that like every week because I used to go to like a drama school, and I used to like more the acting but not the singing. But my dad's one of them, like if you're remotely okay, he thinks you're like world class at this thing. So like I was okay at acting, but he thought I was the next Meryl Streep. Like we dropped down from that cloud quite quickly. So when he was like, no, Alex, you can sing, like every week I would be in the bathroom like nah, nah, and then you'd play it back and you'd be like, absolutely not.
Alex, our parents are not the same, okay? Because you're telling you your mum and dad agreed with it. My parents are brutal, right? Even what I do now, they're like, you're not that good, are you? It's not
so
like
there's no escaping them.
Literally, they will critique. I think even when I cook, my mum, without fail, even when she's eating it, even if it's absolute perfection, she'll go, not enough salt.
Yeah, my mum has to do that. Cooking something comes in, has to stare at it. And I'm like, why did you need to stare? And she's like, just needed to fiddle. And I'm like, go fiddle somewhere else. So again, maybe that's their escapism. Like in their home when we're flooding it, they just want to feel involved in all areas of their house, reclaim it back.
But I do think it's really important. I think, escaping at home, our real lives are so stressful. And I think by escaping, whether it's you having your own house concert in your kitchen, whether it's you having a little acting class in your lounge on your own, I think it's important because I think that way we give our brains a break from reality.
Yeah.
And our brain has a chance to file something
100%.
and take perspective of it. Is it that stressful? Is it that deep? But also it relaxes the body.
Yeah. Because like adult life is very serious. So I think as children, like you play and have all this like fake believe stuff going on. I think you actually still need to carry that through into adulthood, because if you've got a stressful job, coming home and then being really serious, like it's, for some people that might work, but for me, I actually saw a meme the other day and it was like, please tell me other people do this. And it's like they've come home from their adult job, they put the bag down, and then the woman's just like that in the house, and I'm like, I do that all the time.
For those of you who didn't see that, who are listening to this, Alex is doing sort of like a side-by-side shimmy at this point.
Yeah, you just like let it out, like do the robot or something, like just dead weird in the house. But I'm like, me too. Like sometimes you just need to take the seriousness out of life. And I think that is what escapism is for me. Like when life's hard, or you've had a full day of being an adult, or you've just had enough, like do something that just takes the tension out of it.
I think own it as well. I think that's really important in the home. If you're living with somebody else, give them the opportunity to have that escapism, however they're having it. And I think that's what makes a better home dynamic. Is if you're just having that moment where it might take half an hour, 1 hour of the day, but it'll put you both in a much better frame of mind. However you want to escape, go and escape.
Because I've said that to Casey, like when we move out, like I like reading, these are my hobbies, and I would like to still do these hobbies without you. And I'm like, I still love you, I still want to spend time with you. And he was like, yeah, no, that's fine. Like I'll have like my own man cave. And I'm like, well, can I have my own little area where then I can escape to? Because I think that's so important, whether you live with friends, family, on your own, whatever it is. Like you do need your own time, and that's okay. It's needed,
and
isn't
I think
it?
the other part of this as well is you're a single parent and you've got children. I talk to my friends about this all the time who's single parents.
It must be really difficult.
Well, it's so difficult because you've got two or three or one human that needs you and needs your time and attention. And how do you say, well, I need that moment to switch off? And I think have that moment, when you got the kids to bed, take a moment, go to your favourite room in the house, get yourself a drink, even if it's just hot water because you don't want a coffee before you go to sleep. And escape. Just take that moment. We keep talking about like doing up the house at the moment, little things we want. My absolute dream, we've got like this really weird shaped landing. It's like an L shape. It's like a pegged staircase. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway,
you're doing a really good job.
But there's one part of the landing that leads to nowhere. And my absolute dream is I want a really comfy little like chair with a footstool.
Yes.
And I want a few books there. And I want it to reading nook. I just want Nav space to sit there and escape within a book.
Nav's Nook.
Nav's Nook.
Nanny Nav's Nook.
Nanny Nav's Nook.
What's that? An alliteration? Is that 3 in 1? But that would be like something I would really like aspire to have like in my home. I really love reading. I think that's a great mental escape. It's really good for your well-being. But like having that little space where like that's where you do your reading, or that's where you just even go and just sit. Like sometimes just going to sit somewhere and doing nothing, whether it's having a scroll on your phone or just having like, as you said, a warm drink, that would be like a go-to in mine. I'm with you on that one.
I think what you just said there about like you sit to do nothing. It's so hard to do nothing.
Yeah.
Because you get home, there's always laundry that needs doing. There's always food that needs cooking. There's dishwashers that need unloading.
You're really selling the moving out to me. I'm like, no.
Alex, it's brutal out there. I'm telling you.
How do you have time to do anything?
It's brutal in the world. But you know what? I think sometimes I always say that it'd almost be nice to have a room without a TV.
Yeah.
Because every room in my house has a TV.
In the bathrooms and everything.
Honestly, and I'm that type of person who would like, I get in the bath and put my iPad on.
Yeah.
And
guilty.
in my shower, I've got a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
And
listen to music.
Every room in my house has something which has a TV that you can watch. And my TV in my bedroom is just broken. And it's really weird because I don't feel the need to overload my senses by having a TV on and being on my phone.
Silence is needed sometimes.
Sometimes it's so nice. Like I just sit there, I lie in bed, I usually scroll through some comments. I have no noise on, and it's almost become to the point I'm like, do I really need to put a TV back in my bedroom?
It's so true though, because like even in the therapy room, like I'll say to clients, like we traditionally think silence is awkward, but actually it's really purposeful and helpful sometimes. So if we're thinking about escapism, let's say you're a student and you're living in like you've just got your bedroom and it's shared, everything else shared accommodation, you literally can't escape. Like you can escape within like your own mind by literally just doing something like that, like turn off the sounds, like be in silence, like invite silence in and be comfortable. And people at first when they do it, they're like, oh, I don't like being alone with my thoughts. But if you practice it, it's actually like all my clients will say to me, like, I used to think like when we were silent in session, like, you know, say if they were waiting to say something but didn't have the words, I'd be like, don't rush, like take as long. And they would panic, like, you're just looking at me. And then at the end of the therapy, like, I bloody love a silence. And I'm like, yeah, we need it.
Sometimes you do need to be comfortable with awkward silences. And I always say, and I think this is probably a good debate, do you need a TV in your bedroom? Should you have it? Is it good for you? Is it good for a relationship? You know, because I love getting cozy in bed. Like for me, end of the day. And also this really weird thing, I don't sit in my lounge on a weekday.
Do you know?
My lounge does not get touched on a weekday. So
I don't think a lot of people's lounges are as commonly used as they were.
Mine is for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I will finish work. I will start cooking in the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of my home.
Yeah.
And is where everybody goes. And I'll pack up after dinner. I won't pack up, let's not lie. I do the cooking. If you do the cooking, you're not packing up, right? And then as soon as that's all done, I go upstairs, have a shower, and I just get into bed. And I have about half an hour, 40 minutes where I just have me. Comments, editing, whatever it is I want to do, but I do it in bed. And when I broke my TV this week, I said it on my TikTok, and people are like, never put a TV inside your bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, on a serious point, what's the therapist view on that? Does it
probably well, if you think about how it impacts sleep, you probably shouldn't have a TV in your bedroom. But I have one on the wall, but I never, and I don't know, I've never really thought into it until you saying that. I never put my TV on in my bedroom. Like it's very rare, unless say, because me and Casey don't have our own space yet, unless it's say a Saturday night and we want to watch a movie and we've not gone to the cinema, I'll put it on in the bedroom then. Otherwise we'll have to sit with my dad, which isn't a bad thing, but my dad like will commentate and like pause and give notes on how the acting was and all stuff like that, so we probably won't get a full run of a film. So yeah, that's the only time I put the TV on in my bedroom.
Do you know what I think is really interesting as well is taking annual leave, because a lot of people think that if you take annual leave,
you've got to go away. And
we've started like the last few years, we take 5 days off, usually like April time.
Yeah.
We take 5 days off and we don't leave.
Yeah.
So we stay at home.
How'd you find that?
Honestly, it was a game changer because how much money and investment do you spend on making your home your home? You know, whether you're renting or you're paying a mortgage, the majority of your salary every single month is going
absorbed into that.
And then, you know, think about the madness of this. We then spend X amount more to escape the thing that we're spending most of our money on.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? And how often do you ever have a home holiday?
Yeah.
So we started home holidaying. It happens once a week.
Idea.
We do 5 days at home. And then we do an activity every day.
Yeah.
So, okay, one day will be, let's go to the Trafford Centre.
Yeah.
And we'll just go shopping. Another day will be, let's go to a national trust.
Yeah.
And it's all those things locally on a weekday that you would never do on a weekday.
You take for granted, really.
You take it for granted. And then we will have one day, which is a box set day.
Yeah.
Where you don't leave the house. And it's like living out that dream of getting on the sofa, grab the duvet. It won't be the duvet from the bed. You know, we're very clinical in my house.
Yeah.
There's another duvet with another cover on. And then it'll be like, get snacks, get popcorn, light a candle, close the blinds and just watch a movie.
And that is escapism, isn't it? And I think like it's made me think about like when I move out, whether I rent or buy, as you said, it's going to be a lot of money absorbed into that. Like we shouldn't invest all that money and then be like, I've got to get away from this. We should be investing our time into actually, I can do things here. Because if you think like that's the next bit, like I'm dreaming of, like I can't wait to get my own home, as say whether I rent or I buy, whatever decision I make. So I'm so excited for it. But then if I'm like, we need to get away from this place all the time, like we're not really living out the dream that we want.
And your local area, you chose, okay, look, sometimes you don't. So I've lived in areas before where I never chose that area.
Yeah.
But I chose, you know, that's where my community is and that's what I want to spend time in. But usually it gets to the weekends, you have 2 days and you're rushing, right? Whether it's I've got to get the kids to a club.
Or do this, do that.
I need to go and get my hair done and then I've got to rush home to go and do the laundry, or I need to do this, or I've got to get cooking. Holidaying at home, I think it's
I
something
love it.
we should
Yeah.
all lean into a little bit.
And I
Enjoy
think-
your area.
And I think even people are doing that with like, when we, at the beginning, when we were speaking like dream holiday destinations, obviously people do crave the sun and we're not always granted the sun here. But like people, I think even just going to different parts of England and seeing it and being like, we actually live in such a beautiful place and we shouldn't always take that for granted.
Oh, it's, and do you know what, there is, even when it's raining, right? I know I always moan about the rain.
Cozy. I
But
love
I
it when
love
it rains.
it.
No.
It's raining outside. You know, even if you're at a bar or a restaurant and you can hear the... How often do you sit there in your house and just listen to the rain? Because I love it.
That's like the best white noise ever.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like the amount of times I've opened up my window when it's been lashing it down outside, I've just lay there just to hear it, because actually we can... It's a moment of escape. Let's just appreciate
It's a
what we have
movie
around.
moment, guys.
It is a movie
If you want to
moment.
escape, open the window.
And then in my head, I'm reliving some like romantic
No,
movie
same.
film.
I'm in like a really healthy relationship, and then I'm imagining like a really big breakup, and then they're going to turn up outside the house, and I like shut the window. I thought this out too much.
You've really... It's almost like Nelly.
So does
Nelly,
Casey. He said, he's like, if we ever split up, he was like, and again, I don't know why we always go to it would be raining. He's like, I'd turn up with like a big boom box and like play the song, like, you know, like Love Story.
You.
Yeah, or like Love Story. And be like, I'd just be like standing him outside. Oh no, what's that one where like, I don't mind going every day on the corner and she will be loved, she will be loved. And Casey on the side in the pouring rain. So yeah, if you ever see Casey outside in the pouring rain out mine, you know what's happening
That's
there.
where we're
Yeah.
at.
But again, that is escapism, isn't it? Just like if you're a little bit stressed, like just tuning into what's going on around you. You don't have to book a holiday to escape the stress from your life. You can just literally open your window, listen to the rain and just take it in and own the moment.
Holiday at home.
Yeah,
I think we
no,
just
I love that idea.
I think we've created a whole new thing here.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Honestly, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
The only problem is the laundry is still there.
Yeah.
And the dishwasher is still there.
But you do that the week after the holiday at home. I'm
and well,
guessing.
the rule also is that we don't have to worry about cooking that week.
So it's like
So takeout, eating out. So
Yeah.
like every day you're doing something different, because if you're on
Love
holiday,
that.
you're not cooking.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if I'm on
true.
holiday, I'm definitely
This is
not
a good
cooking.
idea. I need it.
But then I think that's what Rightmove gives you, right? It gives you that opportunity to...
That.
And then you say it's property porn, right? You get to like
Property porn. I've never heard anyone call it
Have you
that.
never heard of
Oh my
property
God.
porn?
You're just so crude. This is what I've learned about you.
Nanny Nav.
I'm prude and you're crude.
right.
There's our new names. No, but I have a little obsession with that. I was going to say fetish with that, but then I thought, no, we're not going
If
down
you
that
could
way.
create your dream, so let's say you're on Rightmove. I'm going to give you a budget.
Okay.
I've got to budget this a little bit.
The estate agents
I
coming out.
want location, I want house, and I want surroundings. Okay, and I'm going to give you a budget of, let's go bougie, £500,000.
Okay, so what?
No, actually, no. Let's go to $1 million. Forget it. Right.
So what am I doing?
So you're going to tell me what your dream home is that you'd find on Rightmove, up to £1 million. What location are you looking to buy in, and what's the house look like?
What's quite hard is, because I'm thinking logically, I wouldn't want to leave my family. So I always say,
Yeah.
if we all do quite well, and this sounds really bad, I was like to my sister, as long as you're there, it doesn't really matter about the other two boy siblings, just because the lads go with the lads, girls go with the girls. So boys, you can come if you want, we'll give you the option. But I would do probably like Cheshire way, because I'm quite local there, but I've never lived there. But that would make me feel like I'm fulfilling a dream. Like I've moved up to Winslow or wherever, you know, the areas better than me, where there's loads of greenery and scenery. It would be, I know I've touched on before, I love a barn house. Like they, for some reason, are calling my name. But like, you know, like land where like my mum and dad would have a house, then maybe like about 5 minutes down the big land would be Nicola and her lot, and then a bit further down me and Casey, and then brothers, if you want to come, they'll be
You're optional.
Yeah, you're in
Not
the
required.
sheds with the animals. No, so there's little houses there. I feel like a big plot of land with multiple, like a little country estate, but no one else unless your family is allowed in. Probably like gated, you know, so people can't get in and off the property, unless that would be such a flex. Like driving, you know, when you're just driving up and the gate's open.
I hate to tell you this, but my mum and dad have gates. But yeah, if I had my dream house, and it's weird, I wouldn't leave my location.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got a nice location.
I picked Wilmslow out of anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I've left all my family behind. Like my parents live in Warwickshire. Both my siblings live in London, like central London. And then because they live in London, they spend half their life, like half a week running like backs and forwards to mum and dad's because they want to escape London. I picked Wilmslow because I can get, and also the whole accent thing as well. I call it Wilmslow still because I'm from Warwickshire, but in Wilmslow they call it Winslow. They lose the L.
Oh God.
I know, it's weird. It's like a whole new language.
Yeah.
So I would stick with Wilmslow. Anywhere else, I would definitely want a slight. My ideal would be a detached house.
Yeah.
I would like.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely like 4 or 5 bedrooms. I love the idea of having either a traditional house with a modern inside,
Like twist, yeah.
or a modern house on the front which still has character, because I love
Yeah.
bay windows.
Yeah,
Give me a bay
nice.
window every single
Yeah.
day of the week. I hate that outside of my house. It's the ugliest house on the road. I tell everybody all the
That's
time.
what puts me off. And you're on right move, even if I suppose both puts me off. If the outside ugly but the house side's stunning.
The
inside,
outside of
you're
my
like,
house is the ugliest house you've ever
and I
seen
think
in
like
your
imagine
life.
driving up to it every day. And
Oh my
thinking,
God, it's
like,
traumatic.
I hate you.
And then I open the front door. Everyone always says, like, I'd love to see the front of your house. I'm like, no, you would not. It's not nice.
But then, because I think this about cars, like people go for all these fancy cars, what they look like outside, but I'm like, you sit in it most times. So as long as the inside's like nice and clean or whatever, I would prefer that. But suppose I'm saying like, oh, I want my outside of the house to be the nicest, but okay, yes, I'm going to drive up and leave it, and then that might annoy me. But as long you can create with what you've got, because you can't always change like structures of properties.
No.
Like on the Wirral where I'm from, Port Sunlight is, they have like a lot of the traditional like black and white houses, and I can't remember why you can't change them, but you literally can't do anything to them. So there might be people who have that house, could be a family house that was left in like generations or whatever. You can't do much to that property outside, but you can still change and adapt it inside, and you are in it most. So I suppose as long as that's
you want the insides
nice,
around to be what they are. And my final bougie thing that I really want, so as much as the inside being really nice, is I really want a garden kitchen. So a garden, so you can build
These
like
things,
an awning, like gazebo.
Oh,
type
my
thing.
mum always goes on about.
So I want it like properly built with steel frames.
Yeah,
and then I want it to be like glass all around it, so like I can close it and open it, and then in there like have a full working kitchen. Because I love the idea, like we have in the UK, we never know what our summers are going to be like. We're always stuck cooking inside, especially like Indian food. Indian food does have like a smell, it smells a house out. Steak, jacket potatoes smell a house out as well. It's a really weird jacket potato smell. I would love to be out in the garden. I think that would become my escape. And therefore, no one who's with me at home, because when I'm filming, I won't lie, no one's allowed to talk or make a noise.
Yeah.
And if they're about to choke on the food, I have to pause the camera.
And I give them really annoyed.
I give them permission to choke.
Don't check they're okay, but like you choke.
Whilst I roll my eyes thinking, did you really need to choke at that moment? Then I set the video back off again and like carry on. But yeah, having a garden kitchen for me would be everything. And it's not that expensive to make. You could buy kitchens online. People sell their kitchens. As a cooker, I could even buy a barbecue that gets put outside, an electrical oven, and a nice little.
Anyone say
honestly, my absolute dream is a garden kitchen. I'm going to make this happen one day.
See, mine's literally like a cinema room, maybe like a content room or like an office space, something like that. That's my own, and then that's it. Maybe a walk-in wardrobe. Never thought about plonking a kitchen in the middle of the garden.
I heard the strangest phrase today. So you've all heard about man caves, right?
Yeah.
So you go to a man cave. Someone said today, Toby, Toby the director, who's staring at me already, said she sheds. I've never heard of a she shed in my life.
That is the opposite of a man cave.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
So you have a shed.
What would you put in your she shed?
What would you do in your she shed?
Oh my God.
But I've never thought about that, because especially if you're renting a property.
Yeah.
Right. And you've got garden. Let's say you can't find space. Let's say you've got kids, you've got a partner, the house is always busy. I've never thought about the fact you could actually have a shed.
No, loads of our colleagues in like work, like when like one of my managers actually used to do this. She'd be like, all right, I'm just ringing you from the shed. And I'd be like, what? And loads of people, you can convert your shed to like now, can't you? And stuff like that. I remember one of my close friends, Chloe, her house was always amazing growing up. Like when she was like, we're having a party, you'd be like, oh my God, it's at Chloe's house. And they had a summer house, and like no one had a summer house, like say like 15 years ago, and I thought it was like the bougiest thing ever, and it is just like a nice shed.
Is it? And I know like, it's still a couple of £100, but you can move it from property to property. I've got one shed that we've moved from 3 properties now already, and actually it is a nice space. The only problem for me would be the spiders.
Spiders are a problem.
See,
I don't really mind them. Like I could I could pick one up and fling it away.
But I love the fact that women can now reclaim the garden with the she shed.
Yeah, because it's always been about the man cave.
It's always been about the man cave.
Literally, when my sister bought her house, the man left the man cave because that was just like the out bit of the house, and it literally had a sign man cave, and I was like, oh god.
Do you remember in lockdown everyone made bars at home?
Yeah, like it's such like a trend and a thing, but I think like we're bringing it back for the women.
I think we're onto a new thing here. Let's have she sheds.
Yeah.
She shed on the seashore.
What? Oh god.
She sells she sheds on the
seashells. She sells on the seashore.
She sells seashells. She sells sea sheds. No, hang on. Let's make this
seashells.
No.
On the seashore.
What we're going to do is she said. So she sells. She said she sheds on the seashore.
What?
Anyway, we'll make it a thing.
She said on the seashore. Seashore.
Cut. Let's come on. We'll come out with our own tongue twister on this one.
Yeah.
But she sheds, we're bringing them in, and they're going to become a thing.
Yeah.
And everyone can thank us for the new trend.
Could be a new reading room in the
new
shed.
Trend unlocked by us, she sheds. You heard it here first.
She said about the she sheds.
She said she sheds. Okay, so we're going to come back to one of our favourite games. This is another game. Rent or regret. And last time, Alex, you didn't understand the rules of the game.
No, I think I did. You didn't.
So what we're going to do, just for you, because I like to help you out, is I'm going to rerun the rules of the game, okay?
Basically, she's re-jogging her own memory because she's Nanny Nav.
It's very true. Okay, so this is the rules.
See? Doesn't even know the rules. And it was for me.
Just to make sure we are all and both clear, Alex, what we're going to do is I'm going to describe a few hypothetical scenarios.
Yeah.
And these have been submitted by our listeners, watchers, and anyone else who vaguely realises that we exist at Simple Life Homes. If you don't know where we are, we're at Simple Life Homes, okay? Across all social medias. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through some scenarios. So I'm going to give you a house. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons. And you're going to tell me, would you rent it or would we regret renting it?
Yeah.
Okay. And our reasons why. Are you ready?
Yes, are you?
The first one's actually very apt for you, to be quite honest with you. It's the country cottage escape.
Rent.
Well, wait for it. Okay, so you're going to rent a cosy stone cottage in the Lake District.
Love it.
Everything you want, dreaming of fresh air.
Yeah.
Long walks.
Stone walls.
And life's going to be at a slower pace for you. Who's the nanny now? But the pros are you can have stunning scenery right on your doorstep. That's a bit of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good for the mental health.
Yeah.
For the therapist. You can therapize yourself. Lower daily spending, so fewer shops, fewer temptations.
Yeah.
Also means nobody really cares what you're wearing because who are you going to see? Room for hobbies, gardening, baking, or just staring at sheep.
That's more you.
Okay, but the cons are... And this is what you're going to end up with. You'll be isolated. It's a 40-minute drive to any of the big supermarkets or cinemas in your case.
Oh.
You've got patchy Wi-Fi, so you can't be doing working from home because your Zoom won't load.
Yeah.
After the honeymoon period, you might end up missing Deliveroo, nightlife and friends. Rent or regret?
Do you know what? I would say rent.
I'm the total opposite because what we've just described there on the cons is my parents' house. Legitimately.
Yeah, but when you tell me about your parents' house, I'm like, that sounds idyllic. So yeah,
genuinely, mum and dad are like far away from everyone. The Wi-Fi never works, and we never had, like when everyone else was able to watch Netflix, it would take a 1 hour film would take me 3 hours because the buffering was always a problem.
Yeah.
We've now got that satellite malarkey
you have to have them
on.
downloaded ready in advance.
Honest to God, I used to set it up and pause it, let it run so you could download the whole thing, and I still think it's patchy. They say it's not, and they couldn't get any takeaways there until recently, and this has traumatized me. So about 3 months ago, we realised that Nando's delivered to their house. I live 20 minutes from my nearest Nando's and they still don't deliver to me.
See, so they've got it.
However, I wouldn't go backwards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I would regret.
But back to the holiday, Cameron Diaz done that and she ended up with Jude Law. So for some people, it could work a charm.
Sorry, Casey. She is just
not
dreaming.
Me. He doesn't tickle my pickle, to be honest. No, he doesn't. I'm more of a Noah from the Notebook gal. So if he's in an idyllic, isolated village, I might get. Well, you have to get a canoe to him because he's on a lake. You would probably see me on the canoe to the lake.
So you're a renter and I'm a regretter.
Yeah, I think that would be cute.
Next one, the city penthouse fantasy. You blow your budget on renting a flashy city centre penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows and skyline views. The pros are Instagram bragging rights, that's
Yeah.
a biggie. Everyone suddenly now wants to come and visit you. The camera shots are there. Walkable lifestyle, your cafes, theatres and bars right downstairs. Ooh. Feels like you're living inside a movie.
Yeah, it would do.
But here we go. Here's your cons. Eye-watering rent that eats over half of your salary. I'm paying that anyway. The novelty of the view wears off because now at this point you're just worrying and stressing about paying the bills. And then your tiny dream kitchen, and because because the kitchen is so tiny, you're now having delivery bills that are now doubling because you can't cook what you want in there, and now you've got to order in your food. Rent or regret?
I think I would regret that in terms of, I say I don't own a house, yes, or rent a house, but I always imagine like the kitchen as like the space that I would escape to. And I think because it's tiny and like if I even eat like a couple of takeaways on the bounce, I'm like, "Ugh, I can't do that." So imagine like having a takeaway every day, I'd feel sluggish. And I feel like that would take like the wow factor of like, as I said, I'd love to go, I love going to New York. That's like my dream place that I love to go. And because I don't live there, the excitement still lives on. So I think if you take things like that for granted, if that was your house, I think.
Yeah, also I like to drive everywhere, and you couldn't, when you're living in a city, you can't drive everywhere. No,
and it takes forever to get everywhere. And imagine the noise as well.
And a kitchen you can't cook in is a problem for me.
Yeah, because obviously you are a cooker. Not an actual.
You are a cooker. Am I Neff? Am I Mile? What am I?
No, you're more of, what's the one with like the big doors? Like the traditional ones. You're one of them.
Like an Arga.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the name, but no, whatever. Yeah, you're an Arga.
Yeah, I'm an Arga.
But yeah.
It's not for me. I think for a weekend break, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
but
bougie.
that's like a holiday. Yeah.
I couldn't live like that.
But no, I wouldn't like to live like that.
So we're both going to regret that choice. Okay. The next one, the work from abroad experiment. You rent a villa in Portugal. Oh, come on. Working remotely while pretending you're on a permanent holiday. It'd be more like being on a permanent holiday and pretending I'm working, but okay, we can roll with it. However we want to phrase that.
Don't let Nav work abroad, guys.
Don't think they'd let me anyway. Sorry, boss, if you're listening to this. Okay, pros. You get sunshine beaches and cheap wine after work.
Yeah.
Definitely here for this. Lower cost of living than London. Your money will stretch much further.
Yeah. Great
conversation starter. Oh, this week I'm just working from the Algarve.
Flex.
Jealousy. Yeah. Absolute flex. Okay, here's the cons. Time zone clashes, late night meetings while your mates are on the beach.
Yeah.
The reality of visas, healthcare and tax rules makes things a bit messy. And then we've got homesickness. So you start to miss your local pub, and now suddenly you're going to start having those regrets about not being home and seeing your family whenever you want.
Well, my cousin recently done this. She went to like Asia. She went all like Thailand, all different places. But her job's quite flexible that she can work from anywhere as long as she's got a laptop. And that's the one thing she said, like when you want your downtime, when your friends that you've made, or like if you go with a partner, they were just nipping out to go to like the beach or whatever, because of the time zone difference. Like she would be on calls, like she would have to work like random times, and it didn't add up into her routine. So when she said that, not that I don't think I would like to live abroad anyway, but I think I would struggle with that.
So if you'd asked me about 4 weeks ago, I would have said I would rent that all day long because I needed the sun. But having
just needed a holiday.
I just needed a holiday. And coming back from holiday, don't get me wrong, it was lovely to be in 32 degrees C and have aircon when you go in.
How do people work in them?
But it's not only that.
Yeah.
I was so sick to death of the sunshine.
Yeah.
Because then I start getting hot, and then it makes me hungry. I'm always hungry.
And then agitated.
Then I get agitated.
Irritated, yeah.
And do you know what? I love England. I love the smell of England. I love the rain. I love it how excited we get.
Isn't it?
It's home. So I'm going to go with great for a holiday, not for life.
Yeah, I would say regret.
I'm regretting. Yeah. So we've agreed on everything.
I know,
but the cottage.
But the cottage always wins.
Cottage isn't winning for me. So there we go. That is this week's episode of Rent or Regret.
Played properly.
Alex now knows the rules.
No. No words needed. None enough.
Do you know what I really love? I love the fact that today we've managed to actually say, when people talk about escaping, you're like, oh, I've got to get out the home. Yeah. And actually we've realised you don't need to leave home to escape.
home is where the heart is. Is that the right side for the
cringe.
heart? Back to science.
She even did the heart symbols with the fingers, guys.
I love a good holiday. And because I'm not at that stage where I'm paying for a house at the moment, like me and Casey can be in that position where we
Just you
wait. Let's go on holidays. But even when I go on them holidays, I always crave coming back. I'm like, a week's enough. Like, I want to be at home. And like, that's when I was saying about like living abroad and stuff. I just could never imagine me doing that. And I think, as you said, like, you invest so much of your rent money, or if you've got a mortgage, that money on paying for that we need to actually be making the most of what we've got within our homes, and whether that's creating a new space or just simply enjoying your surroundings and remembering, like, this is actually what I dreamed of. I wanted this house. I don't have to move out of this or change it completely. I can just do little bits and bobs here and there, and it can give me that escapism.
And it's like little things, putting a noise cancelling headphones on, escaping your brain. Your mind is a great place to escape in. You know, I do think though that we should now I actually want a door poster that somebody
recording in progress.
Yeah, because I feel like we need one. Like, I literally want it to be like Nav's show, Nav's concert is on. Please do not disturb. Just so everyone knows to leave me alone. But I think finding that respect for the other people you're living with.
As you said,
boundaries. And boundaries we do need to live inside our brains sometimes. Yeah. You need that space. No one would ever laugh at somebody for meditating or doing yoga. That's almost like a trend.
True. Yeah,
it's so trendy, so acceptable that that's the way you escape. Why can't it be that I want to have my own little concert or my own little moment to live in my little...
People definitely have their own concerts. Let us know. Pop us a message if you also have a concert.
I also want a voting poll on this today as well. I want to know...
Whoever's have sang at home.
Yeah, who sang on their home, imagining they're in front of like the O2 Arena.
I literally do that all the time. Yeah. Like, I'd say at least once a day.
And do you know what? Stop being ashamed of it as well.
Yeah, own it.
What's our favourite things then? If we had to pick 3 things each that we would do to escape within our own homes, what would you have and what would you do, Alex?
So definitely the home concerts. Just do something weird and wonderful to take the seriousness out of adult life. Having a little space somewhere that, as you said, like sacred alone time for you. So whether that's a reading corner or just reading somewhere that you read every single day and creating an association with that area. And then literally just a bit of silence, go sit somewhere, even just like sometimes like getting your cup of tea and going to sand in the garden and just be like, oh, like that is escapism for me. Like them little moments with yourself within your own house, just go and appreciate what you've got.
I think my top 3 would be normalising the fact that adults can have noise cancelling headphones on.
It's not just children.
And also this would really help me at home if we could all agree that this is a normal behaviour to do. I think my second one would be, I love the idea of bringing she sheds in.
Yeah, we all need a she shed.
We all need a she
shed.
She sheds. Anyway, we're going to call it a tongue twister. And I think my third one is that I think having home holidays needs to be
such a good point,
because when I tell people I'm having a home holiday,
but everyone's like,
everyone looks at me as if like, are you a peasant? Can you not afford a holiday? Like, people think it's an affordability thing. I'm like, no, I pay.
Also, it is for some people, isn't it? Like, holidays are so expensive now. Like, and actually, I say we're investing a lot of our money into these properties. Like, basically your home can become whatever you want it to become. We can work from our home now, we can entertain, you can have your holidays at home.
I spent an absolute fortune on that house and it cost me every single month, and do you know what, I love my area. Home holidays,
why not stay there?
Well, it's
called a holiday home, but in your own home.
How often
you don't have to pay someone else on Airbnb.
How often does somebody go, you could try this new restaurant locally, and you're like, no, because when do I have time? During your home holiday you have time, and it's not going to be rammed full of loads of people. Home holidays, you heard it here first.
Love it.
We're definitely bringing it in. The perfect escapism is the home holiday.
For the simple life.
And it's cheaper. And I'm here for it. Okay, so we told you all at the beginning we're going to give you the answers to the home truths.
Yes, let's get
Did we get it right or did we get it wrong? Are you ready?
I hate how you say that, because they did we. She makes out we're a team. And then when she reveals the answers, if they're wrong, she's like, you got them wrong. And it's like, well, you're in it with me, so remember that, guys. We're a team.
It's actually I do it. People say I say things with so much conviction that I make it a fact. Even though it's not a fact. I say things and people are like, is that real? I'm like, I don't know, but it sounded good. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So, more Brits fantasise about owning a cottage in the countryside than a penthouse in the city. We said
True.
we are absolutely correct.
See, she's in it with me now.
Surveys often show the cottagecore dream beats out urban high-rise.
Yeah.
Thatched cottages, thatched roofs. Let's go thatched roofs. Thatched roofs, cozy fireplaces, and a garden for growing veg feels more achievable.
Just
and
not
more
now.
Instagrammable.
If you grow your tomatoes and only get full.
The tomatoes are the bane of my life. Second one, we said people spend more time browsing property sites like Rightmove than they do planning their actual holidays. We said
yes.
Property porn is a national Property porn is a national pastime. I mean, we're so interesting in England, aren't we? Even if you're not moving, endless scrolling through dream houses has become Britain's unofficial hobby.
So was that true?
It's true.
2 out of 2.
Smashed it. Third one. The most common dream home feature in the UK is a walk-in wardrobe. True or false?
We said no.
We said false.
Yes, or false.
Because no wasn't an answer.
Yeah.
We said false, and we got it
right.
Wrong. No, we did. We got it right. We got it right.
We got 3 out of 3.
It was definitely false. It was false.
We're winning.
The number one fantasy feature is actually a sea view, followed by a bigger kitchen. I can totally relate to that. Having a big kitchen. Love a kitchen. Walk-in wardrobes are up there though, and this is probably due to Netflix and all of their home makeover shows.
Yeah, like they're selling Sunset with all the.
Do you know? I just can't watch those. Being an estate agent, an ex-estate agent.
You know, how glamorous are estate agents?
It's not.
No, but they make it out like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
then I just can't imagine that happening around here.
I tell people that I was an ex-estate agent. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, why would you leave? This is my dream." I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
You're basically an unofficial therapist.
Okay. She's coming for my job.
Well, I always used to say you used to deal with the 3Ds, death, divorce, and desperation. God, that took a turn, didn't it? Anyway, we'll cover that. We'll do that on a new episode.
She took my win away from me and went down and deep.
We won today's home
That's our highest, yeah.
That is our highest win yet.
Yeah.
Well
See,
done.
now she wants to be in the team because I got 3 out of 3, guys. Honestly.
You got 3 out of 3. I concurred on every single one. We are the winners today on Home Truths, but did you get it right at home? Let us know. So that's it for today's episode. I've actually really enjoyed today. Today's been great fun.
Yeah.
However, the next episode is the one that you all need to tune into because we're going to talk about the things that people do at home and we never discuss.
Love it.
Alex, this could get deep down and dirty. Anyway, that is our next episode, so you'll hear us there.
So please remember to send us all your stories, especially for that episode, because we want to hear all your down and dirty secrets. Remember to subscribe to our podcast and then follow us at Simple Life Homes on all social media.
See you next time.
Cheese!